tailgating each other in 3,000+ pound metal cages with not enough time to safely react. We are literally in the safest time ever in history, but the media would have you think literally everything will result in World War III. The country you are born in largely determines how much freedom you will have and how comfortable or miserable your life will be. But if you get lucky, you think the unlucky ones don't deserve what you have. Stomach acid, something that could easily dissolve most things, including you, is in your stomach right now. Sometimes, it even comes out of your mouth if you throw up. How does it not dissolve your entire mouth? And it's just there. Common Core. We all think yep, this is what students need to know. But almost none of it helps at all in life. How will finding the slope of something help with taxes? Why do you need to shove all of this info down children's throats when you know for a fact that it wouldn't help you? Honestly, everything is pretty fucked up if you think about it. Like, how did we get here? Why the fuck do we and everything around us exist? How come you're even able to ask a question like that? Flying with airplanes. No matter how thin or light you are, you never think to be able to fly, but we completely accept the fact that a large 12,500+ pound steel contraption can take off with relative ease. Childcare. Just gonna drop off my kid with a semi-stranger for 9 hours. Why we spell knife the way we do. The school system. Wake up early in the morning to absorb mostly useless information, so that you can regurgitate it back up for a grade. Pets. We get wild animals, train them to not kill us, and keep them encaged at a house. Swear words. Like how did the word fuck become an offensive word? Like, why isn't the word table a swear word? Swear words are just sounds that come out of our mouth, but yet for some reason are considered offensive. Also, what about the middle finger? How did that finger become a sign of saying fuck you in the first place? You're born somewhere. Nobody asked you anything, but you have to obey any asinine law there is, because if you don't, people with guns will come to take you away. The fact that you can work hard, save diligently, and do everything right, and then have it all wiped out instantly by illness or injury. In the US, anyway. Child beauty pageants. In America it would be totally strange to eat grasshoppers or spiders, or whatever other bug. But, if that bug lives in the ocean, just throw some butter and lemon on it, and we are good to go. We underpay waiters and waitresses, and then force customers to pay their wages. It's a legal way to pay someone below minimum wage. Celebrity obsession. People getting so worked up over differences of opinion or lifestyle or taste. Just live your life, and, as long as they're not harming anyone, let others live theirs, and respect their choices. The bystander effect. The more people that are around, the less likely someone is to intervene in a situation. For example, someone is attacked in a busy public spot. The people around won't come to the person's aid and will just stand there and watch. The fact that there is a continuous hole through a human's body, from the mouth down to the butt, we are practically living donuts. Names. Your parents sat and debated over which random bunch of sounds was going to identify you for the rest of your existence. Killing insects. You are ending an organism's life simply because its presence makes you uncomfortable. Money. The fact that we need to exchange a piece of paper for food, water, shelter, and warmth, which are all completely needed to be able to live. So many drugs are made illegal except alcohol, which leads to countless health issues and deaths, a complete lack of inhibitions, and in many cases stirs up bottled anger in its users, leading to violence and many poor decisions. Drinking for celebration. At least in Finland it's pretty fucked up. Any kind of celebration, be it a graduation, Christmas, birthday parties, the normal and expected reaction is to drink until you barely can walk. Like, yeah, this is so awesome, let's get practically unconscious. I don't drink coffee, so I think that it is strange that my boss buys most of my team a drug to make them more productive. saying yes to whatever your boss asks. You have a life. Don't stay those extra hours, and make sure you don't eat at your desk every day. Casper the friendly ghost is really a dead toddler. Marriage. I love you so much, I'm gonna get the government involved so you can't leave. Clapping. We show appreciation to one another by slamming parts of our body together over and over. How Pluto and Goofy are both dogs, but one is treated as a pet. Expecting service workers to stand all day. I worked at a job where they refused to let a woman in her 60s with back problems have a stool to sit on, because sitting looked unprofessional. She was a fitting room attendant, so it's not like it made a difference. This same job didn't allow water at workstations for the same reason. Apparently the slightest sign of humanity is unprofessional. This was brought to my attention by someone from the UK, who was shocked to see that all the cashiers were standing, even when it isn't busy. In the UK, he told me, they usually have a chair at least for the quieter times. How we are all governed by far more laws than we can actually understand. In fact, if we get in trouble, we have to hire some expensive person to research the details of all the laws, so they know how to defend us. How are we possibly supposed to avoid breaking them all this way? The grocery store meat section. Us humans raise cattle, slaughter them, and just present them in a massive display of brutality on the grocery store aisle, in which people can just saunter by and pick up the best kills. Drinking water. If you think about it, when we drink water, it goes through us, then we pee it into a pot of more water, which we then flush down through a sewer that leads to the ocean. Even more water. It then either evaporates, and after a while of being in the air, rains back into the ocean, or goes into a water purification plant to become clean drinking water. Cemeteries. Burying the dead all in one place, and then coming to visit them. The fact that it's almost impossible to get elected unless you're backed by one of the two private/semi-public organizations who can make up whatever rules they want. That underwear lines aren't supposed to show. Everyone knows you're wearing it. The fact that we will tell, in detail, a rape story, murder, what have you, on the news, and even put photos of a car bomb or the horrible scene, but we'll edit the word fuck, shit, etc. from the headline about it. Sleep. Excuse me, I'm just going to comatose for 8 hours, hallucinate vividly, and then experience amnesia. People won't let their kids play outside alone due to stranger danger, but will then post pictures and every detail of their lives, including their children's, on social media. Letting people suffer and die slowly due to a terminal disease, but their pet starts experiencing pain and it's off to the vet to let them die peacefully. That medical insurance considers dental and eye care separate from your overall health. People not willing to discuss openly what they make at a company. I mean, all we are doing is benefiting the employer, and yet here we are, keeping silent just because. Money. I mean, I get why we use it. It's a way to accumulate wealth and manage an economy, but it is just weird. These pieces of paper that are basically useless have value. And now that we are mostly cashless, this idea of a number in a computer somewhere has value. The richer you are, the less tangible your wealth actually is. That's just bizarre. The fact that in America, or any country really, the perfect leaders could be out there and could revolutionize the modern world, or put the country on a path to greatness, but don't have the funds required to get their name out there or even dream of doing that. Bathrooms. Like who thought of it? You have a specialized room where you go and sit on a bowl and release all of your waste into 40 to 60 gallons of water, just to be sent down into a place with more waste. Earrings or other body piercings. I mean really, you are basically stabbing yourself in the ear, lip, nose, belly button, etc. so you can stick in a metal rod with a gemstone, plastic, another piece of metal, etc. or ring as an attractive thing. When I had been in middle school, my family had a husky and pitbull mix named Sally. One afternoon it had just been the two of us, and I had carried on a conversation between myself and Sally. My little sister came home earlier than expected, and heard me talking to the dog. With a confused expression she said, "Why do you just talk to Sally as if she can understand you? She's an animal that has no idea what words are." No one else in my house ever questioned it, but her. She would never speak to Sally, but she did play, pet, and love her just like the rest of us. It made me realize that talking to an animal that can't comprehend language as a form of communication is just odd. Next episode's question is, what crappy tips would be in life's loading screens? You can submit your answer using the link below.